Good morning and welcome to Money Plant. Well, number of solar power projects in India have been undertaken for the proper utilization of solar energy in India. Government has promoted the utilization of solar power through diverse strategies. The government in the budget for 2010-11 has allocated 10 billion rupees towards establishing a clean energy fund and a Jawaharlal Nehru National Solar Mission, 3.8 billion rupees from the last budget. Among the other solar power projects in India, the government has approved a solar mission which aims to diminish the cost of electricity produced from solar power to equalize that with fossil fuels by 2030. That projects a colossal increase in installed solar capacity. Government is even planning to form a solar account with a primary investment of 1.1 billion, where it regulatory measures and policies which includes mandatory usage of solar energy in India to generate 5% of total production in existing thermal power plants, and installation of rooftop photovoltaic panels in the government buildings will promote this plan. Let's have more views on it. We are now joined by Mr. S.D.V. Krishna Kumar, CEO for LEP Projects Limited, and Felix Lobo, Deputy Editor Corporate India, in our studio. Krishna Kumar, Felix, welcome to Money Plant. Let me start with you, Mr. Krishna Kumar. Give us the overview of the current status of the solar power in India, because as we know, we have a clear policy statement as far as the renewable energy is concerned, that we have Jawaharlal Nehru National Solar Mission. Is it a very investor friendly and single window clearance mechanism? Okay,
talking about the overall policy, it's a great policy JNSM, NVVN has come up with. It's an ambitious project,
right.
To 20 gigawatt of project by 2020. That's going to be, as I said, it's ambitious, friendly, corporate friendly or business friendly. Yeah, I think a lot of other countries, a lot of other states are actually adopting this particular model of NVV and what they have done. I'm sure it is definitely people friendly. Of course, we are looking at a lot of good things to happen on the land acquisition part of it, or on the power acquisition side of it, which is state specific. So I think if the government takes some more initiative, whether it is the Ministry of New Renewable Energies or the state government, I think it will be really good. So that's what I could say.
Felix, your views on overall situation as far as the solar power is concerned, and do you think the solar power has the potential to address, which is our main concern, of the energy security?
Shailesh, actually one wonders why this issue did not come up years ago. Why we have to wait till a stage where we find the fossils depleting, right, and then we try to take as a firefighting measure.
Right.
The sun was always there, and the solar industry is a sunshine industry.
Right.
And there is immense potential, immense. Right. Just to point out how we are lagging, right, behind. The power grid connectivity in our country today is about 1,80,000 megawatts, right, and just through solar, as of December 2011, it was just 10 megawatts.
Right.
See the tremendous gap.
Right.
That why I'm pointing this out is that there is tremendous scope, there, right, is tremendous potential. And I think the solar mission is an opportunity not only for Indian entrepreneurs, but entrepreneurs all over the world to come here,
right,
form joint ventures, and give a boost not only to our economy, right, but also to the solar mission.
Right. Mr. Krishna Kumar, what are the trends in solar energy development in India? What are the barriers to the solar energy development according to you? Because we have seen from the incentive-based initiatives to the generation-based incentives, we are traveling that path. What is your opinion?
See, as I said just now, when we are talking about solar projects to be developed like companies from LDPL, we look at how viable the project is, right, what are the radiation activities, on the technical aspects. Right. Okay, those are all things which we'll be looking into before we actually invest onto the particular project. But from the government, if the initiatives, whether it is the state government or the MNRE, if they come and tell us, okay, the power evacuation is the major concern today, whether it is the solar, whether it is wind, XYZ renewables. we definitely need the power allocation to be done. The initiative has to be taken from those guys. So that's definitely an issue which government can address. I'm telling you, small or big or medium enterprises will definitely focus, like Mr. Felix has said, that it's definitely a great opportunity for the entrepreneurs in India, and there are a lot of other companies from outside the India also, they're coming and planning to invest in solar projects. But if these two aspects, land and power allocation, are taken care, I think boost to solar power will be great.
As you just mentioned about a land, let me put that question also to you. Acquiring a land for the solar project, because we are competing with the other projects also, other government initiatives where the land is a major concern also, and maybe for the different national interests. Acquisition of land, it is costly also. How challenging it is to identify, and do you have a sufficient radiation data which is very authentic to boost that?
See, when we go for land acquisition, and when I put in a machinery saying that, I want to do some testing out here, okay, automatically that particular land cost will be doubled, or maybe sometimes goes 10 times, 20 times, because they think that there are some factories or some projects coming into this particular land. But if, like in some state governments like Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh, they are actually looking at acquiring the land by themselves and leasing it out to the companies or projects or developers like us who would like to take it for 25 years or 30 years of lease. That will be a good initiative. If government gets involved with the leasing part of it without we working on the land acquisition, it will be great initiative from the governments. So yes, again, it's a concern. Definitely it will be great if governments get involved on the land acquisition part of it.
Felix, what according to you is the major barriers for this solar power development? Because we all assume, we all agreed, even government also is taking enough initiatives, they know how solar energy is important to us. What are the different barriers?
Shailesh, a lot has been said about the cost of solar energy, a lot. Now, if you actually go into depth of it, any business, when it is on a standalone basis or when it is the first mover, the capital cost would be really high, surely. But when we talk of the economies of scale and you talk across the pan-India situation, I don't think that should become a barrier. Okay. Now, having said that, Mr. Krishna Kumar raised the issue of particularly the land, he said, because that also is a major barrier. Not that I won't agree with him, but I have a different view as far as this is concerned. Because if suppose land is a problem, if suppose the volume of the land is a problem, and if suppose the cost of the land is a problem, cannot the industry see to an alternative where they use the airspace, or what we call as the rooftop, or as has Japan done? If they find the land space limited, then they go up.
See, the problem, I agree, I mean whatever he is talking about, but the problem is the location where we are talking about the solar generated in megawatt projects. I'm not talking about the kilowatt projects. When we're talking about rooftop, yes, there will be kilowatt type of projects, but when you're talking about megawatt type of projects, you need to have, today, if it is an advanced technology, we're talking about almost per megawatt. Per megawatt, we're looking at almost 6 to 8 acres of land requirement. So that's huge. That if that is possible, as what you said, rooftop or the megawatt projects will definitely be viable. It's not the only concern. As I just said, land acquisition is not the only concern. Cost. Once it was around 17.5 crores, maybe around a year back. Today,